Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life Behind Bars. Been a bit quiet, just been busy. So we had that Hammersdale Harriers event, which Rob and I are the chairman and vice chairman. And now that took a lot of our time just in the lead up to that. So we, didn't have time to do some of the things that we wanted to do, but got a really great interview lined up for you. But before we get into that, just MXGP, guys. MXGP in July, beginning of July. Looking forward to it. Get involved. I think in any way you can, support the riders. Get up there. See if you can get involved in any other way that your companies can. Post videos on your Facebook and your social media just to get the news out there. This is a fantastic event that will be taking place in South Africa that hasn't happened for 18 years. And exciting times, really, really exciting times. Still not too much news on who's riding from a wildcard point of view. Up until this point, it's I'm aware Luke Grundy, and then I know that Jaden Proctor is also trying to get into that as well. Those two riders will do very well, and we look forward to watching them race the MXGP. And good luck to the organisers. David McClellan from Two Wheel Dev is trying to rally support. I'm going to post a link on the Life Behind Bars Facebook page. Take a look at it. It's a little short clip of David McClellan talking about different ways of you guys getting involved and helping make this event a success. And we all wish that for the team that's putting together the MXGP. So just in terms of the interview tonight, I had an interview with this young man in the beginning of his season, around about beginning of January, February. And unfortunately, during editing, we managed to lose the sound. So, wasn't great. It was obviously very disappointing. I found it to be a really, really insightful interview. Saying that what I learned about this young man is just he's an incredible young man, and he's confident. He's positive, man. He is so positive about things that are going on. At this point in time, his season's been a bit up and down, but he's positive. He's friendly, and he comes across really mature for his age. And I found his answers to those questions in the first interview were so insightful and so thought-provoking, and just informative. He didn't just shoot up answers. He gave explanations. So a really well-rounded young man, very positive. And just after the incident of us losing the sound in the first interview that we did, he was so gracious about that problem. He was like, "Oh, don't stress. We'll do another interview down the road," and that's why this one's taken a little bit longer. He has been a bit busy with his season, but just what a lacquer, mature young man, and again, just the positivity that he expresses or talks about shines through. And as South Africans, we wish him lots of success. This interview was done between the break after Latvia. So he's an MX2 rider. He's lying fourth in the championship now. He's got a little bit of work to do, but we believe as South Africans that he can take home the world championship. He's still got that belief in him as well. It's going to take a little bit of things to go his way, but he's confident that it will happen. So we wish him luck, and enjoy the interview, guys. And then just from our side quickly before we go into it, just please reach out to me if you want to sponsor an episode. Very reasonable. It's not we're not making money off this, guys. This is a passion project. It's just to cover the editing, which I have to outsource and that kind of thing. So it's just low budget, but we're trying to get some good content out there. And thanks for watching and liking and subscribing up until this point. And then just going back, if you haven't seen the Adriano Catalana interview I did, that's on almost 5,000 views. That boy is also, I can't say boy, he's a man. That man is just incredible in terms of his brain and the way he thinks about life. And what a great guy he is as well. That was a great interview. So if you haven't watched that Adriano Catalana interview, do yourself a favor, go back on the feed, have a look, take a look, and watch it. But yeah, let's get straight into Camden McClellan. Oh, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, and you, man?
Good, thanks.
Good. Yeah, man, thanks for your time again. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, how's things going, man? Are you well, happy? Yeah, how's things?
Good, I can't complain. I'm pretty happy. I'm doing well now again at the GP, so everything's trending in the right direction, I would say.
And sorry, yeah, let's just go always straight into it. I mean, we just shoot the breeze. What's your overall feeling on how your season's gone so far?
I would say more positive than negative, but I have had the Switzerland was rough, and then the 2 rounds after that as well. So there has been a bit of up and downs, but most of it has been positive, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think my question is are you still as positive as you were the last time we spoke? I mean, I really felt that you were very positive in the previous time we spoke, and I still sense that. Is that your feeling?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, the last 3 rounds have been going well, so still I have a ways to go in terms of becoming a world champion, because now it's around 60 points that I'm down on the lead.
Yeah.
Switzerland, Riola, and Trentino were pretty detrimental to me, so I have some ways to go, but third and second are just up the road. So I'm pretty happy with how everything has gone, and I still think in terms of becoming a world champion, I think it's still very much the goal and very much possible.
I think it's very much possible. I mean, if you think you're only at round 9, I think round 10 is this weekend. There's so much that can still happen. You had some bad luck, misfortune, whatever you call it. Some of the other guys have also, your teammates had. I mean, he could be lying second if it wasn't for that one issue with his bike. But you guys, in theory, both of you should be second or third, and not that much further behind Sasha. So yeah, there's halfway, man. You literally you're starting another. There's 11 rounds ahead. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, indeed. And like you say, everyone has had their fair share of bad luck, if you could call it that. But at the end of the day, it's racing. You know, the champion is the one who minimizes that. So I still think there's a lot of things that can happen. And Sasha in the lead is pretty chaotic every now and again. So I mean, you never really know what can happen, and a lot has already happened. So I'm still. Yeah, 11 rounds. I mean, there's so many points on the line for the rest of the season still.
Yeah, you've had a lot of good rounds, and like you say, I mean, Switzerland was terrible. I think you got 13th overall. You got an 8th in a DNF or a 23rd or something. Yeah. So that was disappointing. In that, did you hurt yourself pretty badly there? I mean, the media and I think yourselves keep it hush. Were you a little bit injured? I mean, how much can you speak about that?
Yeah, we try to keep it a little bit down low. Actually, for me, I don't mind for people to know, but the team wanted me to keep it a little bit on the low, so I didn't talk too much about it, but I can now, I would say, because I'm doing pretty well in terms of recovering from it. I was injured, but not anything broken or any of the standard injuries that we see often. I had crashed onto my left side through the wave section there, pretty big crash, and the nerve got pinched or damaged between my shoulder blade at the back. Okay. So for the first moments after the crash, I couldn't feel my left arm. It was like paralyzed, let's say. And then, the 2 rounds after Switzerland as well, it just carried through to then nerve damage takes a long time to heal. For every millimeter that is damaged, it's a week recovery. So,
oh wow, okay.
yeah, the week in Riola, one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, and then Trentino. I was,
and that's a
yeah,
pity because I mean that would have been the one that I'd pegged you to win.
yeah, me as well.
I
Me
had
as
you
well.
down to win that
Yeah,
one, but I mean
yeah. So
it is what it is.
it was tough. Yeah, I was essentially riding Riola and Trentino with like one arm. My left
Okay.
arm was barely working at the end of the motors. I could barely pull the clutch in. Like my fingers were kind of numb. So it was
Shame, man.
strange and difficult. And then Trentino, I took a big hit on Saturday again in the quali race out of nowhere. Started all the way outside. I had the last gate pick. So yeah, those two were tough. Like I said, pretty detrimental in terms of points. Also for my mind was pretty tough to recover from that. But I have, and we're going good now.
And I think you've got to. You don't want to wish bad on people. You've got to say that sometimes the way Sasha rides, there's going to be a crash for him down the road as well. It happens to everyone. I think he's had a little bit less than we would have thought he would have had. But I mean, Simon had a bad weekend last weekend. Everts had a terrible weekend, and you made up a lot of points there. So you jumped to fourth, and you're right on top of where you should be. I mean, you're in the hunt, and that's where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly, and it can swing fast, like you said with Sasha. Although I don't really want to count on it because
no,
if I play conservative and I count on Sasha crashing and then he doesn't end up crashing, he's going to win the world championship by a long way. If he keeps whole shotting and winning races. So I just need to sort out my starts and get out the gate. But for the rest, I'm all there. Fitness is there, speed is there.
Yeah, the speed is there. I mean, on the weekend now in Latvia, you halfway through, you had the quickest lap time. I mean, I think it was at like 15 minutes or something. You were 2:01, and you had the quickest lap time. You were way ahead. So it's just the starts, and it's funny when you get those starts, you with the bunch, and then you progress and you get better through the race. But it's like you're fighting all the time when you get those 6 and 7 starts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've also noticed you've got a bit of a strategy to try and, if you get a bad start, to still get around that first corner. You sort of hug it tight.
Yeah, it worked actually pretty well in Latvia because both of us started stuff down the straight, and I could cut to the inside and still come out around 7th or 8th, which was not too bad considering where I was down the straight. But yeah, that you can't do that at every race. You can't get lucky like that at every race, and I need to figure out why I'm so far back going down the straight and out the gate, so that I don't have to get creative in the first turn.
Yeah, it's just putting pressure on yourself as well. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not great to be in that position.
No.
And then, are you guys working on some things on the bike in this 2 weeks that you've had for starts? Is that your main focus?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, we're just riding. I'm trying some things with starts, but nothing to do with the bike, just posture. Technique, something like that. Yeah.
Again, is that Clement helping you?
Clement helping me a little bit, but also I've just been studying a bunch of different people that are good starters, and I think I've noticed something that should help me. So I'm trying to implement that now. We rode Wednesday, Thursday, and I've been doing some starts and implementing what I've seen. And in the beginning it was difficult, but now I seem to be getting the hang of it, and it seems a little bit more consistent. So you never really know until you line up. So we'll see in Montevarchi.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. I mean, that's got quite a bit of elevation change. It looks exciting.
Yeah, it does look cool. I've never been there, never ridden there, trained or anything, but I watched actually this morning race footage from last year, and it looks pretty decent.
Yeah. And I was going to, one of my questions today was about race footage. Do you guys watch a lot of your own race footage and the next event coming up to see how the track is and to sort of understand it? Because the tracks you guys ride don't necessarily change from year to year.
Yeah, and if they do, usually it's minor changes. Latvia actually is one of the tracks that usually changes quite a lot. But this year was the same layout as last year. So after every weekend, I watch all the races from the past weekend. So Monday, for example, now I would have watched Saturday evening. Actually, I will watch my quali race back, and then Sunday usually Monday, I would say I would watch both of my Sunday races back and just analyze and see. You can see a lot that you don't see on the track. Often, what your competitors are doing differently and better, rather than what I'm doing, because I know what I'm doing on the bike. But for example, there's a place maybe where Sasha is doing something that I can learn from. And also, I watch the 450s because they also very smart races, a lot more experienced, and you can learn a lot about racecraft and line changing and all of that from them. So I study afterwards, after GP as well, and then I always watch previous year's races when we head to a track. So for this weekend for Montevarchi, like I said, I would have watched last year's race. Yeah,
There were some, I think, championships in Italy in the beginning of the year. Is that not something you guys would have wanted to do, and why didn't you? And the question is, are you guys doing any of these? Like, I see the guys doing Italian championships or Dutch championships. I don't see you guys doing that. Is that a strategy from the team?
Yeah, it's a strategy from the team. And preseason we were planning to do a race in Spain, but it got rained out and cancelled. So that was our preseason race gone. And then during the season, a lot of these guys are doing these races to, first of all, make some money, and then also sponsors require them to do them. So, for example, if you're in a Dutch team with a lot of Dutch sponsors, they want you to race Dutch Masters. And same for Italian teams and Italian riders. And then as well, the riders are getting paid pretty good money to be out there. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy that we don't do them. Could make some good money, and if I had something that I was questioning or something to clean up, I think it would be good training to get out there and do them. But I don't feel like I'm missing anything at the moment. And right now, I think, especially at this time of the season, rest is very important.
Yeah.
So I like to take now an easy weekend, because we have an off weekend now, to really just kick my feet up, rest, do something other than ride my bike. I think that's also very important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think sometimes you can ride too much, and you watch. Yeah, some of the guys, you can see that they've ridden too much. It's almost like you guys yourself. I don't know if I said it right. Gilliam. You guys come out strong and you're fresh compared to some of the other guys. It's almost like they've had too much riding going into a GP. But you guys are ready to fight. So,
yeah, you could say that. I think I've learned my body really well over the years, and that's something I'm pretty happy and you could say proud of, is that I know what I'm feeling. Also during the races in Latvia during the second moto, when I was in third for a moment, I was like, I need to rest this coming week. Like I was feeling a little bit lazy and lethargic on the bike, which is never ever a good sign. So I know as soon as I get a small hint. What's that?
Is that why you decided to lie down?
Yeah, exactly. No, so as soon as I get a small hint or a feeling that I don't like, I communicate it to Clément, and I kind of know what I need, and I know when my body's asking for rest. Gilliam, he's learned the hard way a few times. Like in Riola, he passed out pretty much in the second moto. He was completely smoked. So then, that's obviously a big telltale sign that you need rest. But no, I manage myself pretty well, and I also training with Daryl Fitzgerald actually. He taught me how important rest is, and since then it's something I've carried and looked into very, very much, just as much as my training.
Okay, no, that's amazing. I mean, it's something I've noticed, and that's why I ask you about the lack of international races that you guys do, and obviously it's working for you guys. I mean, there's pros and cons. I mean, you could say, well, maybe you might lose a little bit of start time, but at the same time, it's good to go in fresh. You guys
we have a bunch of three triple headers coming up. We just had 3 weekends. We get a weekend off now, and then we got another triple header, then a weekend off. Like we're racing pretty much nonstop now. We get a week in between 3 races, and those 3 races, I mean, every weekend you're completely depleting yourself. You're putting everything, every ounce of energy you have out on the track. So I don't see it as losing start time at all.
No, that's it. And then during the week, from a training point of view, what sort of recovery training are you doing? Are you doing a lot of cycling? And again, I'm going to say, I don't see you guys posting. I don't see you out on the bicycle every morning, like taking photos of yourself. And what are you guys doing?
No. We're not much of an Instagrammer in that sense, let's say. But no, I enjoy now. Actually, we have a pretty, I would say, repetitive schedule when we're racing. Like, we would come back on a Monday, go for a swim, four times 8 minutes with two minutes in between. So we would swim 8 minutes, really easy, in freestyle with something between our legs. So we're only using our arms. And then where we swim, we have a sauna. So we do 4 times 8 minutes and then get in the sauna. And then Tuesday we do, usually depending on where we've raced the weekend before, we'll do a run and gym, or cycle and gym. And then Wednesday ride, Thursday a very light cycle, Friday rest. But it's more of an active rest because we walk the track. We have a bunch of media activities. So a race to race, like, week preparation is pretty light. But pre-season we hitting it hard.
Yes, yeah. No, I mean, you can't ride too much during the week as well because you're traveling as well, which is probably takes up a day or whatever it is.
Indeed. And I don't like to ride too much. I think it's a lot of people think that we spend 3-4 days a week on a bike. For me personally, I don't like it at all. I like to have one solid, maybe a longer day, but a really solid day, but just once. I don't need to ride all the time.
No, that's lack of that. I mean, otherwise you get tired of riding. So
exactly. It just becomes it's like walking. It's not exciting anymore.
Okay. I'm going to go back. So at the beginning of the year, I was actually rewatching that Behind the Gate and the first one. You guys, yourself and Guillaume, weren't on the radar, and I think that's a testament to you guys have really positioned yourselves well in this championship, and I think you've surprised a lot of people. You've made history for Triumph with the first and second. So you guys are overachieving in terms of what we see as fans. Which I mean, keep it up, and I promise you, we watch every Sunday, and we shouting, we sweating for you, bro. I sweat so much for you. But it's lacking to see how underrated you were and how you guys are producing goods.
No, we were very, very much under the radar. Guillaume mentioned it after France, because even though the first 4 rounds, I think every round there's been a Triumph on the podium, still a lot of people count us out and don't mention us as title contenders and race and overall contenders. So Guillaume did mention that in France, but I like it. I don't like to be too much to be talked about too much or this or that. I like to just do my business, and I think that played out perfectly. We were pretty undercover the whole off season, posting a little bit here and there, but people didn't see too much of us. And then we came out in Argentina swinging, and ever since, I mean, there hasn't been a Triumph off of the podium. And if you take my Switzerland, Trentino and Riola, I had bad luck, but realistically, if you look at my average finish, excluding those, I think I'm second overall or third overall. So if I could have kept that,
you're right.
Those rounds, I think I'd be right up there with Sasha.
I think so as well. I mean, you're a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2. So you've had consistent finishes, and I think you're averaging out at like 38, 40 points over 2 motos. So it's looking good.
It's not bad.
Do you guys have
needs to be better? But yeah. Was that?
I mean, do you guys have a target of points that you're going for every weekend? Have you guys set up and say, I want to get 45 points or whatever it is? How does it work? What have I lost you?
And if it could be like that. Sorry,
I lost you there for a second. Yeah, you're back. So we're just talking about, do you guys have a target of points?
Ideally, 50 points per weekend, including the Saturday race, obviously would be ideal, and it's kind of what I've been aiming for. Yeah, it's pretty hard actually to get 50 points every weekend. Like you have to do both very well on a Saturday and Sunday. But 45 is good amount of points, I would say, per weekend. But right now, to be honest, my mindset is to just chip away at the lead. So if I make 30 points per weekend, but the guys in front of me make 20, I'm happy. I'm happy as long as I keep bringing that gap down and get closer and closer and closer. That's really my main goal now.
No, absolutely, and you have to. And yeah, Sasha's walking away a bit, but you guys it'll come back to you. It'll come back quite soon. That's my
I've seen how quick it can swing. You know, I had the red plate in Switzerland, and then 3 weeks down the line, I was 60 points behind Simon, and then now I'm 20 points behind Simon, something like that, and 60 behind Sasha. So it can swing quick.
Yeah, and you took a couple of GPs to get past Everts even. I mean, it was every weekend and he was just behind.
Yeah, you just have to keep chipping away, really.
Keep chipping away. And that's a mindset. I think you talk about your mindset. You've just got to keep chipping away every weekend and just hope for the best, but make your own luck in one way.
Yeah, exactly. I'm big on that. I think also Switzerland, like everything that really happens on track, off track, just in life in general, I feel like is attracted. So I'm thinking positively, and I think that's going to bring back a lot of positivity. So,
no, absolutely, and I mean, so let's now talk about your late moto charges. I noticed you ride quite different lines, and that actually sometimes hinders you. I think in the beginning of the race, because I think some of those lines are slow in the beginning, but then they work out better in the end. How do you balance that? I mean, and do you see that with yourself when you're using different lines? Do you see that you're losing, but it comes like after 4 or 5 laps, you now made the perfect berm? Is that something you are conscious of? Because you do use quite substantially different lines.
Yeah, one thing my dad always taught me is that if you're racing and you're behind someone, never follow. You never follow. You have to, and for many, many reasons, you know, if there's a guy behind you and you follow, he's never really going to think, where's he going or what's he doing? And for example, even if I'm hidden outside somewhere, the guy can hear that I'm not following and I'm over there, and that's going to make him think and can make him lose focus. Or the next lap, maybe he thinks, okay, I'm going to block him on the outside, and he leaves the door open on the inside. So there's many reasons as to why not to follow. But one thing I've learned as well is that if there's a line that's not working or is not yet built up but has potential, if I take it 3 or 4 times and, like you say, create a berm or create a line that no one else is using, and can then in 3 or 4 laps, once it's a bit more developed, can be a passing opportunity, then I take my time and I lose a second here or there that I make back, and lose a second and make back. But once the line is developed and made up, that then brings another passing opportunity.
No, absolutely.
And also
it's noticeable.
Yeah. Also, one thing I'm pretty good at is finding the limit of the track. So in certain areas, I will start the moto going this speed through bumps or through a corner or something, and I will, after that lap, I'll say, okay, it was pretty easy at that speed. Try a little bit faster and a little bit faster, a little bit faster, and then once I find, that's also why I get better every lap. Is I'm just finding that limit and going a little bit until the track or the physics or whatever it might be says, okay, that's too much now. And then and then I stay at that level, and then on the next section I try the same thing. Like I just get, to be honest, more and more comfortable and more focused as the race goes on, and I also like to have my own space. I don't like the beginning of the race when everyone is bunched up and people are moving around, and which is not a good thing. I need to become a bit more
chaotic.
confident.
It's quite chaotic and when you're in that bunch. I mean, you're losing seconds every time that someone brake checks you're getting further and further behind the leaders, which is then harder to make up.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've noticed that, and it's interesting to watch how you progress. But at the same time, I think even though you're finding the limit and you say you're getting better and faster each lap, I think your energy or your fitness, I think, is maybe a little bit better than some of the other guys. Towards the end of the race, I think you seem to push through a bit more than in the last 10 minutes. You're really catching the guys, and that comes from good conditioning and maybe the rest and the training and the
Yeah, indeed. A little bit of grit as well. But I think also, I have to say one thing growing up in Joburg, I think that's helped a lot. All my life, up until I was 15, I've been training at altitude and altitude that Europeans don't see at all. Like, I think also when we race there in 4 weeks' time, people are going to be a little bit shocked as to how their body reacts. And I think it's going to benefit me a lot.
I've actually got that as a question for a little bit later. I think that is going to catch a lot of the guys out. And if it's a 28, 29 degrees day up there, I think they're going to take strain. I think the Europeans are not going to be ready.
No, like I said, they don't see. I mean, we go to Argentina and it's 900 meters, and they're all freaking out like, "Oh, the altitude, the altitude." I'm like, "Ooh, you guys have something coming when we arrive at Joburg."
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because okay. So do you think that obviously that helped you get bigger lungs? I don't know if that's even possible because of
VO2 max. It grows your VO2 max. Also, your body becomes accustomed to generating red blood cells and producing power with limited oxygen. And then once you come to Europe and you have an abundance of oxygen and good, fresh, clean air, it's just much easier for my body.
No, it makes sense, and it's going to be interesting to see. Because I mean, I've been racing a bit in Joburg, and we stay in Durban. We've been doing that inland series, which I believe you grew up on. And believe me, I find it harder. And like lap 3 or 4, I'm looking for air. I just
it's very different. It's very different. In 23, I did my off-season training in Joburg, and then flew to Europe just before the season started. And to put it into perspective, I would at the same heart rate in Joburg run a kilometer in 5 minutes 30 in zone 2. And when I arrived in Europe, I would run 4:15, 4 minutes 30 in the same heart rate zone. Yeah. So that just shows how much easier and it's just much easier. Also for the bikes, it's going to be something.
Yeah, it is going to be different for the bikes. And we'll see how that factors into it. But I mean, I think you guys your teams are really good at knowing what to do, and it's going to be the same.
But still, 2,000 meters. They like I said, they don't see that. When we go to Argentina, people are testing all Friday on the start grid because the bike is really slow off of the grid. So yeah, it'll be interesting. The bike is very down on power.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I mean, just going back to my experience. I mean, I've raced Bloemfontein on a 450, and you go two teeth bigger on the back sprocket because the bike's just got nothing. So there's lots you're going to have to look at and test. But I mean, you've got the experience. Have you ridden a Triumph in South Africa though? Did you have a Triumph here? No. So it's going to be a first for you as well.
Yeah,
but it's fine. I mean, that's no issue. That you'll be fine.
No.
That'll be cool to see. Yeah, we're looking forward to obviously MXGP coming to South Africa. So you've been doing a lot of promotional activities, so keep it up. And I think I saw your dad today also just calling out people, which is amazing for two-wheel development. I saw him on the Facebook and the Instagram doing that. So that's lekker to see that he's creating a vibe.
Invested. Everything he's very invested.
Everything looks to be happening. So let's support and wish you luck and make sure that you finish top 3 there at least. At least.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, I mean, even just talking about another South African, was Calvin. Calvin seems to be struggling a bit. We hope obviously he comes right and starts. I don't think it's through lack of trying, but he's just struggling a bit.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
And you know what? Like for me, it's difficult for him because he's got 10 world champions in front of him.
Yeah.
It's not like he's
but it is difficult. I think mentally he's also not in a good place right now because he knows what he's capable of, and I think so many people do. I know what he's capable of, and it's not what he's shown on the track right now. But I think unfortunately, Ducati still has a long way to go in terms of where they've got the bike now and where they want the bike. I don't think it's yet very competitive. And I say it in a very respectful way. It's just how it is.
Triumph's been there as well, so exactly. It's a big undertaking, and they've always got to take it on the chin and say, "Well, these are steps."
Yeah, exactly. I think they can't. I mean, if they see this, they can't really be mad. I think it's just the truth, and it's tough to watch. Calvin is not. not himself on the track, and now it's also showing off of the track. He's getting very frustrated and a little bit down on himself. So I hope somehow they can figure something out over there in that camp soon enough.
It is just part of testing and development, eh?
Yeah, indeed.
Which I'm going to ask another question. So your teammate had that issue with his bike at the second Argentina, second or third GP?
No, Spain.
What is the procedure like once that issue happens? How does the factory then prevent it? What is there like a procedure they follow to say, well, isolate, fix, and make sure that they bolster up parts on your bike, his bike, production bike? What is the process?
Pretty much that. We do a lot of testing. Obviously, that also then becomes production later. So we kind of see everything before 1 or 2 years before it gets into production. So it's funny. I had that issue exactly what he had at a training, and I said to the guys, change the part. I don't want to be on this part anymore. They came up with a stronger version of what had broken. And I also, together with them, developed that shifter and shift shaft that they came up with, which made it a lot easier to shift.
Yeah.
And then he didn't want to go on it, and I think the team and myself said it's much better. You should be on it. And he said no, I don't need it. And then it broke. So now he's on it, which is silly. I mean, silly. He didn't need it or didn't feel that he needed it. Up until, of course, it failed. So could it have been avoided? Maybe. But a lot of it was also just, it's quite a freak technical issue that happened. But then, like for example, when I had it, they analyzed it. They phoned me, told me what the issue was, and then I said, okay, I have an idea, and they had an idea, and we kind of put it together, tested it, and it worked straight away. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I said, okay, put this in every one of my bikes for performance-wise, and then obviously durability, it was much better. But like I said, he didn't feel the need for it, and then bad luck struck at a very, very bad time for him. So when we
very unfortunate. I mean, these things do happen, and
they go straight on it.
Yeah, no, it's good to see. And the bike's looking good. I mean, your bike is looking, I say both your bikes are looking really, really strong. So you guys have done a lot of good work. The bikes look amazing.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just changing topic, you need to have a great bike to get up that triple that you entered Latvia. That thing looks scary, bud. That thing looks scary.
Yeah.
And I know you crashed.
Yeah, it was very
even watching on Saturday, I was like, that's a big jump.
Yeah, when we were walking the track, I was like, it's pretty crazy that they've put that in. I mean, I could kind of see people crashing on that from the get-go. From Friday when we were walking the track, I was like, this is going to be carnage. And it didn't cause too many crashes, actually. I was pretty surprised. Unfortunately, it caught me out, but that was on me. I kind of screwed the section up before and still sat down on the takeoff instead of pulling up and making sure that I got over. So it was a little bit of a lazy crash, all on me. But it played out better than I thought. When I was looking at it standing on Friday, I was like, that is steep. The landing is steep. Like, people are going to hurt themselves here. And actually, no one really had too much wrong on that jump.
Yeah, I think Lata had a crash there as well. But a lot of Zanki. A lot of the 250s weren't doing it. There were only a few of you that were doing it consistently. I mean, some of them were doing it every now and then, but some of them were not even attempting it because I think it was that big.
It was that big, and it also had a pretty tricky
I've lost you again for a second.
Roller section before. You got me now?
Yes, yeah. I got you, yeah. I'm not sure why.
So like I was saying, that turning roller section before was very difficult, and then if you didn't get that right, you wouldn't get the momentum, which is why I crashed as well. I didn't get it perfectly, and then still sat down on the takeoff as if I had got the roller section well. So if you didn't get that perfectly, you really needed to pull back and make sure you got over it. Otherwise, you weren't really going to get over it.
No, well, I mean, all's
well that ends well. All's good that ends well. Then you got up and you charged hard and you came through nicely. So congratulations. One or two more questions before we hang up for the day. Like your riding style this year has changed. Do you feel that it's changed? I mean, it's looking more controlled. Your form is better. Have you changed something? And who helps you with your riding style?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've focused on. Kind of all my career, I've had a very strange, different technique and riding style compared to the standard, if you could call it that. I've been a lot more loose, a lot like using my body in very different ways compared to normal people. And then last year, I think it's changed a lot from last year to this year because I think we have a better bike. Last year I was maybe a little bit more loose because I actually was in a little bit less control. Whereas this year I feel I always know how the bike's going to react. Also, like I can really get over the back of the bike now or over the front and charge into things pretty hard because the bike is super stable. So I think the bike overall has helped change a little bit, but that's something every winter I work on is to try and refine my technique a little bit better. Because it's very important. There's very minimalistic things, if you could say that, very small details that help a lot. And Clement is very good at noticing those details and making me aware of them, and then I work very hard on fixing them. So there was a lot that I worked on over the winter, keeping my feet on the pegs more, not dragging my foot, standing on my toes, my elbows, regripping.
So your leg is not dragging as much coming out of corners. You seem to have it more. You seem to have your leg up a lot more compared to last year. So that's one of the things. Yeah. And then you seem to have a little bit more of a attack position riding style. But that's just maybe bike setup and getting it more comfortable for you. But
indeed, a lot of it has to do with confidence as well. The attack position is because I'm comfortable, and then I can really just focus all my energy into riding and into attacking the jumps, the bumps, the corners, all of that, instead of having to be a little bit more tentative and pull some of my energy away from focusing on my riding and instead focus on reacting to what the bike does. Now I know how it's going to react. I know what it's going to do through certain sections, so I can really just attack.
No, it's looking good. So well done for the work. I mean, it's people can see it. I think from my side, I can see it.
Yeah,
and it's good to see. Yeah, you've improved substantially.
Thank you.
Cool. Tell me, what's the story with the glasses? Is this just a look, or is this your eyes are not good, or what's the story?
I
got the same problem.
It's not a look, unfortunately. We were doing a fitness test beginning of the season, and my physio, he noticed that when I got really tired, my left eye started to flinch a little bit and kind of move out and in, lose focus. And it's something actually since he noticed it and made me aware of it, that I was like, I felt that for all my life, really. Yeah, I felt it before. So we did some testing, and it's a bit strange. I don't have anything wrong with my eyes, not that I can't see. They do help me see further a little bit, but barely notice it if I take them on or off. I don't really notice the difference. So very minor in that aspect, but it really just relaxes my eyes. So the issue was my eyes were taking too much power to focus, too much energy to focus on certain things. So if I were looking at my finger in front of me and then wanted to change to something far away, it took too much time and energy. And this just helps it be a little bit more quick and easy for my eye muscles.
That's very interesting. I mean, it's something so simple, but it's obviously had a profound effect on your racing. And if it's helping you even in the end of the moto, that's even better, because then you're seeing things better.
Well, it's helping my eyes relax as well. So oftentimes, especially when it was bright outside or something, or I had a busy day of watching watching MX or something, at the end of the day, my eyes would be hurting, like quite tired and stuff. And now it's a big difference. I never really get that sensation that my eyes are like, I would normally have to do like this and,
Yeah,
you know,
squint, yeah.
wipe them and stuff. And I never really feel like that anymore. So it is helping. And then also, I do a program called iGym. It's on the PC and
Okay.
it's essentially just gym for my eyes, like trains my eyes.
Like tracking and that kind of thing.
Reaction tracking,
Yeah.
like a number will flash on the screen really quick and I need to remember that number, but it's all to do with the eyes, and a little bit coordination as well.
Okay, well, that's great, man. I mean, that's anything to do with coordination is going to help as well. But that's great that your eyes. It's great that it's not an eye issue as such. When I say that,
Yeah.
it's like that you're going to have to wear glasses to race, because then that becomes a whole different
Indeed, yeah, that would not be
ball game. And then you got to think about eye operations, and you don't want to be doing that. But no, cool, man. I think for me, I think I'm happy for the questions we've got through today. And again, thanks for repeating. Really appreciate it, and thankful for your time. And look forward to MXGP South Africa. But just know that it's not about GP South Africa. We're there every weekend for you. There's a lot of South Africans behind you, and look forward to seeing how you progress through the year.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And also,
keep it up.
Yeah, everyone watching at home as well. Thank you very much. It's been a good year, and I'm glad I get to fly the flag for everybody.
And you're doing a good job. So lekker, and we'll chat again, man. Maybe at the end of the year. Let's see how it goes. We'll maybe catch up at the end of the year, but as long as you don't mind me just WhatsApping you every weekend and tuning thumbs up.
Cool.
Happy days.
I like it. I appreciate it.
It's great to watch, and I think Paul Malin and those guys do a fantastic job on MXGP TV. It's really good coverage, and those behind the gates are so insightful for the average person. So if anyone's watching, those are worthwhile looking into, and MXGP getting a subscription is well worth it. I mean, obviously, is that what you watch all your stuff on?
Yeah, I get a free MXGP. They log me in for free, so I get free subscription to it. But it is good. You can watch all the races back. You can watch a bunch of stuff. The behind the gates are really well done. I enjoy those a lot. It's very cool. And we featured on the one in Germany. I think it was episode 8 or 7. So that'll be. I haven't got to there yet. Yeah, that'll be solely about myself and Guillaume, or solely a lot about myself and Guillaume behind the scenes, on the track, all of that.
Oh, and I'll get to it soon, man. Yeah, it's a lot of racing. I also enjoy watching the 125s on that. I mean, I love watching the 125s. Those guys, there's some talent there.
Yes. Every class on the weekend is interesting to watch. If you're a real enthusiast, I mean, like myself, I just enjoy watching racing. Full stop.
And have you heard anything about which South Africans are going to be riding with you here? So Luke Grundy is going to be riding as a wild card.
I saw that. Yeah. So I haven't heard. Hopefully Tristan Poyton will do the GP as well. But for the rest, I haven't heard anything. I hope that some of them get the chance to line up. I think it'll be an eye-opening and very, very cool experience for them.
I think so. But we look forward to it, and we'll chat again soon. Thank you for your time, sir. Keep well.
No worries. Thank you.
And keep it pinned.
Like it. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ed. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.